Hello children, welcome to the next part of measurement of distance and motion. At the end of this video lesson, you will be able to understand what is motion and what are the different types of motion. Generally, we see many examples of motion around us like birds flying in air, buses, autos, cars, bikes, moving on roads, trains on railway tracks, etc. Similarly, the objects like trees, buildings, electric poles, etc. appear as if they are in motion when we observe them from a moving bus, whereas the same objects appear at rest when we observe them while walking, isn't it? Answer the following questions. How do we decide which object is moving and which one is at rest? Are these trees, buildings, electric poles, etc. really in motion or at rest? To find out the answers to these questions, we need to understand the terms motion and rest. Observe the conversation between two boys standing beside the road. Hey, I wrote a small doubt. What is the state of motion of the tree? It is at rest. What is the state of motion of the bicycle? It is moving. What is the state of motion of the boys on the bicycle? They are also moving along with the bicycle. How do we decide that the bicycle and the boys sitting on it are moving? With respect to their surroundings, the position of the bicycle and the boys are changing with time. So we can say that they are in motion. Now observe the conversation between the boys and the bicycle. What is the state of motion of both those boys standing beside the road? They are in motion. What about the state of motion of the tree? It is also in motion. What is my state of motion then? You are at rest. What is the state of motion of the bicycle we are riding? It is in motion. From the discussions, a body may be at rest with respect to one set of surroundings and at the same time be in motion with respect to another set of surroundings, isn't it? Thus, motion is relative to the observer. What is the definition of motion? An object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. I repeat, an object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. Now, what is the definition of rest? An object is said to be at rest if there is no change in its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. Understood, children? Next, let us learn about different types of motion. The motions are classified as follows: translatory motion, rotatory motion, rolling motion, periodic motion, oscillatory and vibratory motion. The first one is translatory motion. The motion in which all points of a moving body move uniformly in the same line or direction is called translatory motion. For example, the motion of a car or that of a falling apple is called translatory motion. Translatory motion is of three types: linear motion or rectilinear motion. The second one is curvilinear motion or circular motion. And the third one is random motion. Let us see linear motion. The word linear means straight and the word motion means change in position with respect to a frame of reference. So, a body moving in a straight line with respect to a frame of reference is said to be in linear motion. An example of this is the motion of an ant on a straight wire. Points to remember regarding linear motion. In linear motion, the object must move in a straight line. The motion of the object along the straight line may not be uniform. Curvilinear motion. It is the motion of a body in a curved line. Running race in a curved track is an example for curvilinear motion. Circular motion. It is a special type of curvilinear motion. The motion of a body along a circular path is called circular motion. Whirling of a stone tied to a string is an example of circular motion. The next type of motion is random motion. The motion that changes the direction continuously is called random motion. For example, the motion of butterflies, the motion of football players on the field, as they do not have definite direction in their position or motion. Rotatory or rotational motion. The spinning motion of a body about its axis is called its rotatory motion. An axis is a line around which a body rotates. For example, the motion of a wheel about its axis and that of a steering wheel are the examples of rotatory motion. Spinning top, Ferris wheel, rotating blades of helicopter and the earth rotating on its own axis are some other examples of rotatory motion. The next motion is rolling motion. The motion in which a body undergoes both translatory as well as rotatory motions is called rolling motion. Some examples of rolling motion are the motion of a cylinder on an inclined plane, the motion of a bicycle wheel, and the movement of a drill. Periodic motion. When the same motion repeats itself after equal intervals of time, we call it periodic motion. Some examples of periodic motion are motion of the moon around the earth, motion of the earth around the sun, heartbeat in a healthy person, motion of the pendulum of a clock are some other examples of periodic motion. Understood, children? Oscillatory motion. The to and fro motion of a body along the same path is called oscillatory motion. The oscillatory motion is a kind of periodic motion. Some examples of oscillatory motion are motion of a pendulum of a wall clock, a child on a swing, motion of the heart muscles in a healthy person. And the last motion is vibratory motion. Sometimes the whole body does not show to and fro motion, but a part of it shows motion. Such a motion is called vibratory motion. This motion is actually a very fast to and fro motion. So all musical instruments show vibratory motion.